Here we have verse 9 of the 11th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew, a discussion that was prompted by the question that came from John the Baptist, "Are you the coming one, or do we look for another?" And Jesus, of course, is correcting what might have been something of a misunderstanding in the crowds, disparaging John the Baptist for asking such a question. Asking, well, what did you expect when you went out in the wilderness to see him? And now the third query that Jesus puts to them, Allah, the strong conjunction te. This is the interrogative pronoun. It's neuter, and that's why this word down here, an adjective, is probably also neuter. What? Exale theta, same word is used in previous verses here. These rhetorical questions, in a sense, that Jesus is raising. This is from exerchomai, I go out, second person plural, aorist active indicative. So what did you go out? Idain, to see, really a repetition of what was in the previous verse. Idain from edo or blepo, to see, the infinitive, aorist. Prophetain, notice here we have a question mark and here. Would you go out to see a prophet? Question mark. Nigh, this is the word for yes. Yes, Jesus says lego, from lego, I say, first person singular. Present active indicative, I say, who men, second person dative plural. Yes, and I say to you, adding a bit of emphasis here, kai, even, with emphasis for this adjective, perisoteron. As I say, this ending could be either masculine or neuter, but given that the interrogative pronoun is neuter, the probably preferable opinion is it's a neuter question. It means how much more, exceedingly much more. It really has a very high emphasis to it. Yes, and much more takes the genitive here, than a prophet would be the way it'd be rendered. Jesus says that certainly John the Baptist is a prophet, but more than a prophet, because, of course, John the Baptist was not only a prophet, but he was also the object of prophecy. So Isaiah looks forward to a voice crying in the wilderness and is referring to John. So John is not only prophetic in his capacity, but actually is one who was anticipated by prophets before. So much more than a prophet, because he is the forerunner, the last and immediate forerunner, paving the way, as it were, for Christ, and that catapults him into a much higher status, you might say, than prophets of old that had also anticipated Christ.